fading like a dream I couldn't keep, a reflection in the silence, calling softly in my sleep. We were standing in a moment that was never really there, just a shadow of a feeling floating somewhere in the air. We were closer than we knew to something that wasn't true. It's the memory that never existed, a fragile truth I somehow missed it. We were reaching through the night, but nothing felt right. Like a picture never drawn, like a love already gone, still it lingers in the mist, the memory that never existed. I still hear you in the echoes of a place we've never been. Every maybe feels like something that we almost let begin. We were walking through a story that had no place in time, just a line without a meaning, in a rhythm without rhyme. Every word we couldn't say still refuses to fade away. It's the memory that never existed, a silent wound I never resisted. We were dancing in the dark without ever finding spark, like a flame without a fire, like a lost and lone desire. Still it calls me through the mist, the memory that never existed. If I could turn and look behind, would I find what I can't find? Was it real or just a trace of something time erased? Or was it only in my mind, a truth I tried to redefine? Some memories are never real, but still they make us feel. It's the memory that never existed, still the only thing I resisted. In another life, another time, maybe you would still be mine. But here I stand with empty hands, lost in what I don't understand. Still a whisper I can't resist, the memory that never existed, a love that never came to be, still feels like memory. It was a quiet kind of evening, with the stars hanging low. Every heartbeat felt like something we were too afraid to show. You were standing right beside me, but a world away somehow. There was magic in the moment, we just didn't know how. We were closer than we'd ever been, but scared of what it meant. It was a night that never became love, a spark that never rose above. We were reaching through the dark, but never found the spark. Like a song we couldn't sing, like a bell that didn't ring, still it echoes from above. That night that never became love. I remember every detail, like it's frozen in my mind. Every glance and every silence left a trace we couldn't hide. We were dancing in the shadows of the words we couldn't say. Every second pulling closer, still we let it slip away. Every chance we left behind still is playing in my mind. It was a night that never became love, a fragile dream we dreamed of. We were standing on the edge of a silent broken pledge, like a flame without a fire, like a voice without a choir. Still it lingers in my blood, that night that never became love. If I could go back to that time, I would cross the line, take your hand and let you see what you meant to me. But time has taken that away and left me here to stay with a memory I can't erase, and your unfinished face. It was a night that never became love, still shining like a star above. In another life, another place, maybe we would find our space. But here I stand with empty dreams, lost in all the in-betweens. Still a whisper I think of, that night that never became love, a moment we let drift away, still lives in yesterday. quiet of a broken night, I hear your voice again, like a dream that slipped away before it could begin. We were standing on a moment that was trembling in our hands, but it faded into silence like unspoken plans. We were closer than the truth, but too afraid to follow through. These are echoes of a love that never lived, the fragile truth we never dared to give. We were reaching through the dark, but never found the spark, like a story left behind, like a shadow in my mind. Still it whispers what we missed, echoes of a love that never lived. I still see you in the distance, in the corners of my dreams. Every maybe left between us still unravels at the seams. We were dancing on a feeling we could never understand. Every step just led us further from the life we never planned. Every word we couldn't say still refuses to fade away. These are echoes of a love that never lived, a silent wound that time won't forgive. We were standing on the edge of a broken hidden pledge, like a flame that couldn't rise, like a truth behind our eyes. Still it calls me through the mist, echoes of a love that never lived. If I could turn the night around, would we finally make a sound? Would we break the walls we built from fear, regret, and guilt? Or would we fall the same old way, with nothing left to say? Some loves are never meant to be, just ghosts in memory. These are echoes of a love that never lived, still the only truth I never lived. In another life, another time, maybe you would still be mine. But here I stand with empty hands, lost in all we never planned. Still a whisper I can't resist, echoes of a love that never lived, a love that never came to light. Still haunts me every night. We were shadows in a neon glow, dancing where the broken hearts go. Your hand in mine felt so complete, but silence lived between our beats. We laughed like nothing could go wrong, like we were writing our own song. But in your eyes I saw the truth, a distant kind of lonely youth. We kept pretending we were strong, but something fragile pulled us down all along. We were close enough to fall apart, close enough to break each other's hearts, holding on like we could make it right, but losing ground with every fight. We were almost what we dreamed we'd be, lost somewhere between you and me. In the dark we crossed the line we drew, close enough to lose me and you. Every promise turned to maybe, every forever felt so shaky. We built our world on borrowed time, a love that couldn't quite align. Your whispers faded into doubt, words we said we lived without, and every tear we tried to hide was just the truth we pushed aside. We were reaching, but we missed the spark. Two hearts drifting in the dark. We were close enough to fall apart, close enough to break each other's hearts, holding on like we could make it right, but losing ground with every fight. We were standing on a feeling that we never named out loud, like a whisper in the silence, hidden underneath the crowd. Every glance became a question, every touch a fragile sign. We were closer than forever, but never crossed the line. We built a world in hesitation, where every dream was left unspoken. Almost was the world we lived in, every moment incomplete, like a song without a chorus, missing every perfect beat. We were reaching for forever, afraid of what it meant, so we stayed inside the almost. That was where our whole life went. There were nights we nearly said it, almost let the truth come through, but we held on to the distance like it was the safer view. Every heartbeat kept on asking for a chance we never gave. We were dancing on the edge of love, too afraid to be brave. We had everything between us, but the courage to begin. But less than what we knew, so we stayed inside the almost. Instead of breaking through, if I could go back to that moment when your eyes said everything, I would turn the quiet into truth. Forever lives in pages of a story we never turn to echoes. Still your memory remains, like a ghost inside a melody that keeps calling out your name. Every road I try to follow leads me back to where we've been, to a life we almost lived. Farther than we ever thought we'd go. just pretend we won't live inside the almost. We'll finally begin. Clock strikes 12, the room goes still. A quiet night I can't fulfill. Your shadow lingers on the wall, like you never left at all. I hear your voice in every sound, in every silence all around. But when I turn there's nothing there, just empty space and midnight air. Second feels so slow in a world that let you go. It's another midnight without your love, another night I'm not enough. Every dream just fades away at the breaking of the day. I was holding on too tight, now I'm lost inside the night. Still I'm reaching from above in a midnight without your love. There's a memory in the rain, calling softly through the pain. Every drop that hits the ground feels like echoes of your sound. We were fire in the dark, now just ashes and a spark. Trying hard to stay alive in a love we couldn't survive. Was it time or just goodbye? Every heartbeat calls your name, but it never feels the same. I was closer than I knew to a love that once was true. Now I'm left with empty words in a midnight without your love. If I could turn these hands of time, into mine, I'd hold you close keeps holding on. It's another midnight without your love. Still I'm waiting from below. Every tear I couldn't hide falls into the silent night. We were something hard to lose, now just someone I once knew. Still I'm calling out your name in a midnight without your love. So if you ever hear my voice through the silence and the noise, no, I never let you go, even if it doesn't show. And though time may heal the pain, there's one truth that will remain. Every night I rise above to a midnight without your love. Just echoes in the night. There's a shadow where your laughter used to shine, like a fading trace of something once divine. Every corner whispers what we used to be. Now it's just a ghost between you and me. Your photograph still lying by the door, but it don't feel like home anymore. And every step I take just leads me back to a love we lost, we couldn't track. We were holding on to something slipping fast, like a fragile dream not built to last. These are echoes of a love we never saved, calling out from memories we gave. Every word still lingers in the air, but you're not there. You're not there. And I'm reaching through the empty space, trying to find what time erased, but all that's left are tears we couldn't brave. Echoes of a love we never saved. The nights grow longer with your silence here, every heartbeat drowning in the fear that forever was just a passing flame, burning out before it found a name. We tried to hide it in a last goodbye, but truth was written in the way we cried, and every promise slowly turned to dust, like something we could never trust. We were standing on the edge of letting go, too afraid to fail. echoes of a love we never saved. Oh, if I could go back to that night before the wrong turned into right, I'd hold you closer, make you stay, and never let it slip away. But time don't listen when hearts break, and love can bend until it aches. Still I hear you in the quiet pain, like a song I can't restrain. But I know it's too late. These are echoes of a love we never saved, haunting every choice we never made. Every dream still drifting in the night, fading out of sight. And I'm searching through the wreckage left behind for a trace of you I'll never find. But all that's left are tears we couldn't brave, echoes of a love we never saved. Just echoes falling through time of a love we left behind. Between the rain and your goodbye, between the rain and your goodbye. The night was falling slow, like tears on broken glass. Street lights flickered dreams we knew would never last. You held my hand, but your heart was miles away. And in your eyes I saw the words you couldn't say. The silence screamed louder than the thunder in the sky. I felt your love fading with every breath, every sigh. Between the rain and your goodbye, I watched forever slowly die. Your shadow slipped right through my hands, like castles falling into sand. And in that moment I knew why love don't always learn to fly. We were lost, we tried. Between the rain and your goodbye, your voice was trembling like a distant radio, playing a song from somewhere long ago. We danced in echoes of what we used to be, but every step just pulled you further touch turned colder with the storm rolling in, and I was holding on to something wearing thin between the rain and your goodbye. I watched forever slowly die, your shadow slip right through my hands like castles falling into sand. And in that moment I knew why love don't always learn to fly. We were lost, we tried, between the rain and your goodbye. I remember how you used to say we'd never let the light just fade away, but promises can drown in midnight storms, and hearts can break without a sound or warning. I called your name into the pouring rain, but all I heard was my own pain, echoes fading in the dark like a lonely shattered spark. If I could turn the night around, would you still be here somehow? Or was goodbye already written in the clouds? Between the rain and your goodbye, I felt my whole world start to cry. Your love was slipping out of reach, like waves retreating from the beach. And in that storm I realized some dreams are never meant to last. We were loved, we were live, now we're just a fading night. Between the rain and your goodbye, I lost you one last time. The rain still falls, but you're gone, just echoes lingering on. I remember how you held my hand, like you'd never let me go. But even then, deep in your eyes, there was something I didn't know. You would smile but look away, like your heart was somewhere else. I was holding on to dreams you were keeping to yourself. I thought love was all we needed to make it through the night, but I was the only believer in something that wasn't right. Your heart was never mine to keep, mine to keep. There were moments you felt so close, like we almost could be real. But every time I touched your soul, you pulled away from how I feel. I kept chasing what we had, or what I hoped we'd become, but I was dancing in the dark to a love already gone. I tried to read between the lines in every word you said, but the truth was in your silence and the tears you never shed. Your heart was never mine to keep. No matter how I tried, I was reaching for forever while you were saying goodbye. I gave you all the love I had, every tear, every prayer so deep. But love can't stay where it doesn't belong. Your heart was never mine to keep. If I could turn back time, I'd still fall just the same, even knowing in the end I'd be the one in pain. 'Cause loving you was worth it, even if you couldn't stay. Some hearts are only borrowed, then they slowly drift away. Your heart was never mine to keep, but I held it like my own, built a world around your love. Now I'm standing here alone. I gave you every part of me, every hope, every dream so deep. But love can't live where it's not complete. Your heart was never mine to keep. So I learned to let you go, though it's harder than it seems. 'Cause some loves are only meant to live inside our dreams. And I'll carry you in silence, like a truth I couldn't see. Your heart was never mine to keep, but it meant everything to me. We stayed long after the music died, in a room of broken light, holding on with wounded pride, through another endless night. Your eyes were tired, your heart unsure, but neither dared to leave. We kept pretending something pure still lived in what we grieved. We knew the truth, we felt the strain, but held on through till it broke us on its own. The laughter turned to quiet sighs. The passion slipped away. We stopped believing in our lives, but still chose to stay. Every moment felt so thin, like glass about to break. And every time we tried again, it was one more heartache. We crossed the line, then turned around, too lost to be found. It was a love that lingered too long, like a candle burning low. We kept dancing to a song that we should have let go. We were shadows in the dark of what we used to be. It was a love that lingered too long, till it lost you and me. If we had walked away before the cracks began to show, maybe we'd remember more of the love we used to know. Instead we stay till nothing's left but memories worn and torn, a bittersweet and deep regret of a love outlived and worn. It was a love that lingered too long. Now the silence fills the air. Every note of every song still reminds me you were there. And though it's over deep inside, your memory still belongs to a love we couldn't save, a love that lingered too long. So I'll walk away at last tonight from everything